नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेष्वभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवत्युत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। Hare Krishna, welcome to today's Bhakti Vaibhava class. Voice is audible, is clear. I think it's a blur. Is clear? Voice blur is there. No? I think maybe because of less power. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Because it is running on the inverter, so maybe low power because of this. Okay. So online students, voice is audible. Once open the camera. Sorry, screen. Okay, clear it is. Thank you. Thank you, Prabhu. Because we don't have a regular power, actually, it's working on inverter, maybe because of this voice is not so strong, actually, because not properly amplified. Okay, we'll be continuing our discussion in 16th chapter. So till 5th sloka we did, na? So Jivatma came. So what was the discussion? The discussion was Jivatma was brought back by the Narada Muni, Chitraketu Maharaj's son. So that is a left is that body. So at that time, Chitraketu Maharaj was lamenting. So by seeing the awkward situation in that kingdom, everyone is in the full of lamentation, and the king is almost all equal to dead. So such a situation came, and seeing this situation, these two sages, Narada Muni and Angira, both came there, and they try to console Chitraketu Maharaj. So for this, so by seeing the lamentation of Chitraketu Maharaj, so Narada Muni thought a plan. So he brought back that Jivatma, and he made that Jivatma visible, and he asked that Jivatma to enter into this body. So then that Jivatma, and Narada Muni was saying that your father is very much crying for you. So you enter into this body. Your father is thinking that you have a lot of lifespan, and but you suddenly left this body. So that's why your father is very much lamenting you be in this body, and so satisfy his desires, make him happy. But actually here, so that Jivatma is not having any much more karma to be there. So but just Narada Muni is taking for the sake of so Chitraketu Maharaj. Okay. So we'll be continuing further. 6th sloka, na? 5th. Babu, कौन सा श्लोक? Huh? 4th is complete. Okay. 5th I should start. आ गया बिजली है. बंधु जातिरि बंधु जात्यरि मध्यस्था मित्रोदासीन विद्विषः सर्व एव हि सर्वेषां भवन्ति क्रमशो मितः. In this material world, which continue, which advances like a river that carries away the living entity, all people becomes friends, relatives, and enemies in due course of time. They also act naturally, sorry, neutrally. They meditate, they despise one another, and they act in many other relationships. Nonetheless, despite these various transactions, no one is permanently related. Okay. Who is saying? Jiva is saying. Jivatma. So when Narada Muni asked him to enter into this body, Jivatma started saying, what is the first thing he said? Kasmin janmani ami mahyam pitaro mataro abhavan karma bihi brahmyamanasya devatiriying risheshu. What the first reply of the Jivatma? So Jivatma said that, so in which life and this Chitraketu and his wife, Kritaditi are my parents. Because of karma, I take so many other bodies like Deva. That means I enter into the demigod's body, animal's body, human's body, like that. So this Jivatma is asking, in which life they became my parents? So tell me, like that he asked in the first reply. So in the second, so he's replying next. बंधु जात्यरि मध्यस्थ मित्र उदासीन विद्विषः सर्व एव हि सर्वेषां भवन्ति क्रमशः मितः. That means बंधु ज्ञाति. बंधु ज्ञाति. Bandhu means what? So relative. Gnati means also. So Bandhu means just like friends. Gnati means blood relation is there. Gnati. This is relative actually. Gnati. Ari means blood relation it should be there. Gnati means blood relation. So next, Bandhu means anyone. That means whoever is your well-wisher is a Bandhu for you. And Ari means enemies. Madhyasa means neutrals. Mitra means, so Mitra is different from the Bandhu. So Mitra is a well-wisher. Udasina, it means he is indifferent. And Vidvishaha. So like this, how many are there? How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 kinds of relationships. This will become everyone to everyone gradually. In this life, someone may be our brother. And in the next life, he will be your enemy. Yes or no? Is it possible or not? That same Jivatma, because in this life, maybe being a brother, you were having so much quarrelsome with him. Then in the next life, he will become your enemy. And after that, so he may become your son also. Because who can give more torture actually? More closer. Whoever is more closer, he can give more torture for you. So that means in this life, he is maintaining enmity, and to make it more successful, he will become in the next life son, and he will be giving all the time trouble. You want to sleep night time, and he will wake up and he will cry. Yeah, worst enemy is wife. Yes, very nice. So our Prabhuji Pitambar Chetan Prabhu is giving commentary. Yeah, most close. Wife also can you, that means in the last life, she is your enemy, that Jivatma, and now, so that enmity has to be continued, and you should be given more suffering by her, by that Jivatma. Then she will become your wife. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes, yes, yes. So like this, there are so many stories also there. So every time giving these scoldings, and you cannot run away also. And nicely, revenge can be taken nicely. So yeah. So that's why here Jivatma is saying, so what is this relationship? That just he came, hey Chitraketu, what you are doing, man? Who are you and who am I? I have so many millions of fathers. Among those, whose father you are? And what is this father and so son relationship? Maybe in that time, so time being, I was your son for the time being, but now I'm not your son, man. He's Mike.
Chitraketu might have said when he asked which
Hmm.
life you're talking about.
Hmm.
Chitraketu might said just now you're where husband. So whether that jiva has transcended the time because jiva soul is the pure soul
Yeah.
is beyond the time, place and circumstance. So whether that's why he's not able to recognize. Otherwise, Chitraketu Maharaj said, no, just now, just half an hour before, you were my son this lifetime. So whether then soul could recognize, okay, this life. So that time, soul, whether it transcendent, just like because soul is untouched. So whether I wanted to know.
What is the here point is why this question is asked? There is a reason is there. Once we leave this body, we will forget the information about this body. So like this Jivatma knows that he's getting the educated Jivatma. He knows that he's having the many bodies as a philosophical understanding. So that's why he doesn't know. So when it happened. So maybe after this body, he went to another ant and another mosquito and all, like this many he changed. So which that means in now mosquito also recently he went to for few one day also in mosquito it entered and it left that body and it entered into the ant and it left that body. Many things can happen actually. So that's why in which life you are my parents. There are so many parents already over. So so like this, that's why Jivatma is not remembering all the lives. So as a general question, so is asking, you are the parents for me in which life? Okay. And also he is saying there is these relationships. When we are in this body, we might be having this so much deep. My mother so was there and she left her body. Till that time she was in that body, she was thinking even at the time of bed level about to leave her body. So I used to think, so what will happen to this land? And she used to take care of our land. Even a small crow can come in or enter into that land, and even a small dog, she used to not to allow them. So such a way she used to fence. So much attachment she was having. When she was operated, she was thinking that so maybe this pain will be there, but let me go and see my house. So much attachment, but without seeing house itself. Suddenly, so after operation, that's a brain bypass surgery is done. So she 1 or 2 days, 3 days later, she got the brain stroke. Suddenly, unexpectedly, dead body, the brain dead, and after that, finished body, and without seeing house also. Then where that Jivatma went? Till now she was in that body and serving so much husband, me, and my father, so much, and gone. And we don't know. So, and also we don't know my father and also my friends, our team members when we leave. So It is just a temporary business. Very good example will be given in the further coming slokas also, but I will tell now itself. Like you take money, so gold coin or money which is coming in your hand. You might be feeling, yeah, this is my money, and you will be keeping very safely in your pocket and protecting that. But when you purchase something and you give that money, it went to others' hand, gone. Then it is not no more yours. So no more yours. That is. So similarly, so till in this body, so we have that relation with that parents and that house. And once we give up, you cannot call. So my father cannot call, oh, you are my son, when it is entered into another body. It's like a money is hand to hand, it is always changing. Till the time it is in your hand, that is yours. Once it is gone to another's hand, it's not yours. Similarly, here Chitraketu Maharaj, that Jivatma is telling, so why you are crying for me? What is there? I was there in that body till that time and I left. Now no more relation with you and mine. Over. According to karma, the time being, what time I should be there with you, that is over. Then why I have to be here? And very surprising answer. And Chitragiti Maharaj was crying. So just rolling and falling on the ground and he is crying like anything. In front of the dead body, he was just not eating, and because after doing so much austerity, they got him. And so many marriages he had done for the getting the children, but he didn't get finally somehow Tangira's mercy he got, but so much he was lamenting, and that Jivatma came and said that, hey, why you are crying? Which father you are? And also saying that, what is this relationship? Gnati, that means our blood relationship, is only the time being. Sarve evahi. Then tomorrow I will take in their family birth. Then he is also my parent, father, and he is also my father. Then which father will should claim me? So it is our practical experience in this world, material world, that the same person who is once friend today becomes once enemy tomorrow. Our so that means in that same body also, and also changing the body also. In this lifetime, maybe you killed some enemy in that your young age. Now you became old and he will be taking birth in another family. Uh, okay. Hare Krishna, Hare. Same. Okay. No problem. It's okay. It's it's fine. Manageable. Yeah. So that's why this, yeah, he's taking birth in another family. And in the when you became old, and because the enmity should be continued, somehow or other he there will be connection with you and your family, and he will be killer of you. So that's why it is our practical experience in this material. Our relationships as friend or enemies, family men or outsiders, are actually the results of our so different dealings. Chitraketu Maharaj was lamenting for his son who was now dead, but he could have considered the situation otherwise. So maybe our mother, so she might be having so much attachment, and she left without, that means fulfill that attachment, and she's continuing that kind of desire to serve her son. And in the next life, she may become dog, and she may be running behind you all the time and showing so much care and love. Who knows? So This is very, very temporary. All the relationships are just temporary, and it's like a water flow. Water is flowing from this place to that place. So all our relationships with the particular living entity is a flow. Sometimes it will become friend, enemy, or a neutral person, or the relative, whatever. The living entity he could have thought was my enemy in my last life, and now having appeared as my son, he is prematurely leaving just to give me pain and agony. मयि मृते पुत्रदृष्ट्या शोकश्चेत् क्रियते शत्रुदृष्ट्या हर्ष किं न क्रियते. He is saying like this. So he is asking Chitraketu Maharaj, hey, why you are crying for me? Huh? So my mrute putra drishtya shokasche kriyate shatru drishtya harsha kim na kriyate. So why you are thinking I am your son and that's why you are crying? And why don't you consider me as your enemy and you should become happy? Anyway, my enemy died now. Yeah. So you should be happy. Because sometimes, like in the case of Vena, Anga, so Anga's son Vena, that son is like a enemy. Every day he is fighting with others and bringing so many problems. So that means is that instead of considering him as a son, it is better to consider him as an enemy. So here also Chitraketu Maharaj should become happy. Maybe this Jivatma in the past life can be the enemy of Chitraketu Maharaj also or not. It can be. There is a possibility. Now that enemy died. Be happy. Because the relationship with the one Jivatma to another Jivatma is always changing. So previously, I might be an enemy for him, and now I left this body, so he should be happy. Ityashayena sambandhasya anityatvam aha. Bandhavo vivahadi sambandhinaha. It is explained here. Bandhu means vivahadi sambandhinaha. That means there is no blood relation. You married a girl. Okay? And that girl is having brothers and also other relatives. They also become your relatives. This is known as bandhu. And gnati means sapindaha. Sapindaha means blood relatives. There is a, so they have some pinda. Pinda means bodily relationship. Body relationship is there. Next, arayaha means ghatakaha, enemies. Mitrani means so hitaishinaha, so who are desiring welfare. Madhyastaha means bahir antar maitri vairavantaha. What is it? Bahirantar maitri vairavantaha. Yeah, bahir means externally they are friend and internally they are enemies. Yeah. Madhyastaha means outwardly they are looking like friend and inwardly they are enemies. These are known as madhyastaha. Udasinaha means they are neither friends and nor enemies. Vidvishaha means utkarsha sahinaha. Utkarsha asahinaha. Vidvishaha means, so if someone is growing, then they are not able to bear that growth of others. Vidvishaha, then he is Vidvishaha. Yeah. Kramashah iti janmantare satruh api asmin janmani putraha bhavati. That means in the previous life, your Satru in this life, he may become your son also. In the last life, you want to kill him, and now he became your son. In many families, you might be seeing so much actually fighting between the mother and son, father and the son, like anything. Even it is better outside people. But that's why you should not think that the all your blood relatives, all your family members are your friends. No, you should not think that. They want to kill you because of wealth or this or that. They're all enemies in the previous life. They want to kill means what? So, यदि शत्रुरपि पुत्रः स्यात् तर्हि तत्र आत्मीयत्वेन स्नेहः कथम्. So that's why here logic is what Jivatma is giving. So consider, why don't you consider me as your enemy in the last life, and now I became your son, and now I died. Then you should celebrate a festival. Tatra drishtantana samadhati yatheti. Panyani means kraya vikrayadyarhani hemadini. Oh, sorry. I going to another. Okay. Okay, this much only this. Okay, now meanings you should remember. Next. यथा वस्तूनि पण्यानि हेमादीनि ततस्ततः पर्यटन्ति नरेष्वेवं जीवो योनिषु कर्तृषु. अकिंचन कृष्ण.
Just as commodities are continually transferred from one place to another place in due course of purchase and sale, so the living entity, as a result of his fruitive activities, wanders throughout the entire universe, being injected into various bodies in different species of life by one kind of father after another.
Yeah, this is the sloka. Panyani hemadini tatastataha paryatanti nareshvevam jiyo yonishu kartrishu. If you get 100 rupees in your hand, how much attachment you will be having? Oh, it's my money, and you'll keep here inside, and so much caring and so much attachment. But few minutes before, it was in others' hand, and for at that time you were not at all having any care for that, any attachment for that. Immediately it came to your hand, then feeling so much attachment for that. Immediately the moment it goes your hand, then no attachment. So it's like that. Jivatma is also traveling. Previously it was in another body, in another family. So that Jivatma left that body, so that connection with that family is over, and it entered into your family and as your son. And after some time, it is leaving this family and going to the another family. Like money, how it is coming from others outside to you, and it is going from you to another's place. Similarly, this Jivatma also. Why, my dear Chitraketu, you are crying? Why you are crying? If 10 rupees, 100 rupees, whatever you gain, so it is going to others' hand, will you feel any pain for that? No. Yeah. Prabhuji is asking, is the Gnana aspect of it is a devotional, it is a Gnana. Because it is needed. It is needed to, so as a beginning to get the Shraddha in the Lord and further spiritual subject matters. So entry door, this kind of Gnana is very much important. To get the Bhakti Rasa, these are all the Upakaranas, tools. So what he is saying, Nanu, yadi Satrurapi Putraha Syat, Tarihi, Tatra Atmiyatvena Sneha Katam. So from the previous sloka, we understood that enemy also can become son. In the previous life, he was enemy, and in this life, he became son. Then why one should? Then why one should have this kind of such a attachment for such an enemy? Tatra drishtantena samadhati. This is the money example. Okay. Next sloka. नित्यस्यार्थस्य सम्बन्धो नित्यो दृश्यते नृषु यावद्यस्य हि सम्बन्धो मम तावदेव हि इदमर्च्यते.
A few living entities are born in the human species, and others are born as animals. Although both are living entities, their relationship are impermanent. An animal may remain in the custody of human being for some time, and then the same animal may be transferred to the possession of other human beings. As soon as the animal goes away, the former proprietor no longer has a sense of ownership. As long as the animal is in his possession, he certainly has an affinity for it, but as soon as the animal is sold, the affinity is lost.
Yeah.
It is lost as soon as sold, but still some attachment is there, because it doesn't destroy. Feelings are there, emotion there, remembrance is there.
Yes.
So how to understand?
These are all, yeah, because of the false ego, we have the misidentification with that Jivatma, the Sambandha. But Jivatma is pure, and its eternal duty is serving the Lord. But realizing is very difficult, of course, definitely. I am also not in that level, but that is a point actually. Falsely, Jivatma identifying itself as body, and it is getting the pain when those false relationships are broken. So nityasya arthasya sambandho hyanityo drishyate nushu yavadyasya hi sambandha mamatvam tavadeva hi. So mama jivasya chitraketu putrutvamev etavantam kalamasit tavad asau. So sneha akarod eva ataha parama anya putratvam prapsyami saeva sneham karishyati ityarthantaranyasena aha. What Jivatma is saying? Okay, Jivatma is saying that, my dear Chitraketu, when I was your son, that much time you showed your affection. That is true. And now I'm going to another body, and another will be my father, and he will start giving affection for me. So what is the problem in this? It's not that my old father comes to you and say that he's my son, I will take away. Then how you will feel? Chitraketus, so that means, so son's old father come and ask the Chitraketu Maharaj, so in the last life he is my son and you give me, like in the sometimes, so people they get the remembrance of their past life. So in the past life, she is maybe the daughter-in-law of that house, and she took birth here. So now can they call that old house people coming and, hey, this girl is our daughter-in-law previously and will take? No, no, over. Like this, so many examples actually. So many people were able to remember the past life. This happened, but you cannot climb. So similarly, so that Jivatma is traveling. It is going to get the new body. So why he has to, Chitraketu Maharaj, why he has to claim he's my son? He cannot. So nityasya arthasya स्वर्णमुद्रायाः एकस्यापि क्रियविक्रयादि व्यवहारेण एकस्मिन्नपि दिने अन्य जनहस्तगतया मम इयं न अन्यस्य इति सम्बन्धः अनित्यः तत्र च यावत् इति स्पष्टम्. Like money, in one day it can be traveling so many hands. That's a 100 rupees note. So you got from a shop and you gave to a fruit vendor, and that fruit vendor gave to some other vegetable vendor, and he gave to some another chai, that means some another shop vendor. Like this, 10 hands it changed. So can you say, hey, last minute it was with me, and after going to the another, that means it traveled already, so 2 hands it changed. Can you say, hey, I wrote my name on that 100 rupees, it's mine? Whenever it is in your hand, mamayam na anyasya. This is mine, it is not others. But when it is gone, gone. Next. Evam yonigato jivaha sanityah nirahangkrutaha yavad yatropalabhyeta tavat swatvam hitasya tat. Even though one living entity becomes connected with the another because of relationship based on bodies that are perishable, the living entity is eternal. Actually, it is the body that is born or lost, not the living entity. One should not accept that the living entity takes birth or dies. The living being actually has no relationship with so-called fathers and mothers, as long as he appears as the son of a certain father and mother as a result of his past fruitive activities. He has a connection with the body given by that father and mother. Thus, he falsely accepts himself as their son and acts affectionately. After he dies, however, the relationship is finished. Under these circumstances, one should not be falsely involved with the jubilation and lamentation. So that's why. Evam yonigatah jiva sanityaha nirahankrutaha. Jivatma is stable, is eternal, but the body is temporary. Yavad yatropalabhyate tavat swatvam hi tasya tat. So till the time you are in that body, so all the relatives are calling you as their own. But when you leave that body, also this body also, till the time you are in this body, this is yours. When you leave, then it's not yours. Then why one has to lament for that body? Why? So vastutah nirahankrita eva yatra pitrado tasya pitradehe. यद्वा निरहंकृतः एव जीवः यावद् यत्र देहे उपलभ्यते तावदेव तस्य तस्मिन् जीवस्य देहे सत्त्वं नान्यदा अतस्मिन् देहे सम्पति मम सत्त्वाभावात् कथमहंकारः करोमि. So Jiva is asking, hey my dear Chitraketu and Narada Muni, you are asking me to enter into this body. This body is mine till the time I was in that. When I left that body, it is not mine. Whenever I am going to enter into another body, that is mine. So how can you say it is my body? Already I left. Then it is not mine. What you want to do, you do that. You may burn it and you may, so क्या बोलते हैं, गाड़ के रखना, bury it. No problem. I have no problem. I am not attached for this body. That is how to leave this kind of attachment while we in that body. That is Jivana Mukta. For that we should बहुत घिसना पड़ेगा. Yeah. How bhakta is this point. Yeah, Jivan Mukta is in the point of Gnani. So when he cultivate his Vidya, Avidya is removed and Vidya is there at that time. So he will be completely liberated from that body. So that process we know that Karmarpanam, after that associating Guru, practicing Upanishads and so on. So then in the case of the devotees, devotees also actually seeing everything in connection with the Lord. This is different actually. Aspect is completely different aspect. Devotees having the purpose of this body to serve the Lord. They are having this kind of purpose with the body. They don't want to reject the body. They want to engage that body in the service because everything, all the Bahiranga Shakti also is there for the service of the Lord. This body is made up of 23 elements. So all these elements are also energy of the Lord. Energy is there to serve the energetic. So with this consciousness, devotee try to engage. But it is more, it is even more higher consciousness than the just leaving the attachment for the body. And also easy because you can maintain attachment for the body for service, not for the, yeah. That's why attachment means personal, for personal purpose attachment is removed. But so attachment is a natural property. Attachment to the Lord is an important thing. Attachment also, all these various feelings, these are all needed actually. Lust also is needed. Purify it. So bhakti process is so easy because everything is engaged in the service of the Lord. You don't need to reject that. Neti. No. Neti will not be there. Now we are fully attached to ourself, false. That means falsely identifying ourselves as body. And for that bodily pleasure, we are working. And only thing is now replace that bodily attachment with the, so identification with the identification as a servant of the Lord and use everything for the service. You have the attachment for earning money, do that for the service of the Lord. Then that is transcendental. So it's very good actually. Everything can be engaged. So that's why we're serving Maya, no serve the Lord. But in between is the Gnani. Neither to serve the Maya nor to serve the Lord. So that is the Gnanis, Brahmavadis. Gnanis also, that means yesterday we studied, day before yesterday. So Bhakti Sahita Gnanam. Gnanam is how many types? 2 types. Kevala Gnanam, Bhakti Sahita Gnanam. Okay. Kevala Gnanam will not give any result. So, what is that? Stula Tushavaghati. That means beating the husk, no grains. Simply Gnana without Bhakti will not give any liberation. It's useless. Aishkarmi Pachita Bhava also is there. So then what is there next? Bhakti Sahita Gnanam. It is also 2 types. So Gnanam, he's Gnani, but he's also doing the Bhakti. But it is 2 types. How? He's doing Bhakti without respect to the form of the Lord and doing the Bhakti with respect to the Lord. So if you are practicing Gnana and doing Bhakti without respect to the Lord, then his avidya is replaced with the vidya, but it cannot be sustained and you are falling down. Because so Eneravindaksha. So they are patantyadaha Ishmadangraya, Anadrita Ishmadangraya, since they disrespect the form of the Lord. But who are the respect the form of the Lord and worship the Lord for the sake of Gnana, for success of Gnana, they will be going back to the merging into the Lord, or otherwise Bhakti is clearly understood glories of Bhakti than the superior than the Gnana. They may change the path also. They may leave the Gnana and they may become Ananya Bhakta also. Okay. So this understanding should be clear. Many times, many Bhagavad Gita readers In Bhagavad Gita, so much confusion they create in the society. They are confused and create the confusion for others. Yeah, I heard so many lectures. That's why variety of the explanations. Gnani means some people think that they are only Mayavadis. Jnanis are not. Sometimes people think that the Bhagavad Gnanam is also Gnana. There is another misunderstanding. Reading Bhagavad is also Gnana. अरे ज्ञान अर्जन करके क्या करना है? भक्ति वैभव करो बोलेंगे, अरे भक्ति वैभव ज्ञान अर्जन करके क्या करना है? ज्ञानी इसका क्या होगा? अरे भाई, कहाँ से आए आप? किस देश से आए आप? बहुशास्त्र, ये तो बहुशास्त्र नहीं है, ये तो भागवत है. बहुशास्त्र माने वो पतंजलि भाष्यान व्याकरण सूत्र, कात्यायनी टीका, दिस that's atyahara. Yeah. That's simply bogus, completely waste of time. This is a pure transcendental knowledge. It's a pure bhakti and telling that ये भक्ति वैभव कर रहे हैं क्या? ज्ञान करके क्या करेंगे? ज्ञान अर्जुन. I heard such a say. No, not in in our society. Yeah, in our society. Yeah. No, it's purely bhakti actually. When you hear the Bhagavatam sitting and hearing, it's a purely bhakti. Whatever the people did for 1.5 years, you all, is a purely bhakti. It's not the gnana. Yeah, it's a Shravanam. And also Kirtanam when you write. Yeah. Yes, it's a Shravanam and Kirtanam. Absolutely. Sankirtan means what? Not only just playing kartal, but reading books, distributing books. Yeah. That's a 7 days, whatever he taught, that is a Kirtan. And whatever so Parikshit Maharaj is example for what? Shravanam. He heard Bhagavatam, that is Shravanam. If you don't consider this is a bhakti, then Parikshit Maharaj also didn't do any bhakti. He is the Gnani then. Sukadeva Goswami is also Gnani. He is not a Bhakta then. Then they should not go back to the Goloka. Yes. So that's why we should not misunderstand. Jiva Goswami very clearly established in Bhagavad Sandarbha, actually in Sarva Samvadini. Jnanam, Bhagavad Jnanam is also bhakti, clearly. Very lengthy discussion here. It has okay. 8th sloka over 9 na Prabhu? Yeah. Evam nityo vyaya sukshma yesha sarvasraya swadruk atma maya gunair vishvam atmanam srujate prabhu. Swarnakanti.
The living entity is eternal and imperishable because he actually has no beginning and no end. He never takes birth or dies. He is the basic principle of all types of bodies, yet he does not belong to the bodily category. The living being is so sublime that he is equal to quality to the Supreme Lord. Nonetheless, because he is extremely small, he is prone to be illusioned by the external energy, and thus he creates various bodies for himself according to his different desires.
There is a difference between the Jivatma and Paramatma. So tadevam jivasya paratantim uktva tad siddhyartham param api darshayati yesha iti tribihi. So these 3 slokas, yesha nitya avyah sukshma yesha sarvashraya swadruk Atma Maya Gunaihi Vishwam Atmanam Srijate Prabhu. Who is said in this sloka? Who, about whom it is discussing, this sloka? About whom? Jivatma is telling about Jivatma or the Paramatma? It is about Paramatma or Jivatma? ऐसा कैसे देखिए? आत्मा माया गुणैहि विश्वम आत्मानं सृजते प्रभु. Acha, Jiva Goswami is telling that this sloka is telling about Paramatma. Jivasya paratantyam uktva tat siddhyartham. That means Jivatma, in the previous till 8th sloka we have seen, Jivatma is conditioned. It is getting the different bodies. That is, it is conditioned by the Maya. But that Jivatma, how it can get the siddhi, that means can come out from that bondage. So the solution is it should know about the Paramatma. So that's why in the coming 3 slokas, 9, 10 and 11, about the Paramatma is discussed. No, it's from the Jiva. And Vishwanath Thakur is saying Jivasya Mayaya Avaranad Aparokshasyapi Paroksha Parokshamanatvat. 1 second. Actually, he is also saying Ishvara. Huh? Vishwanath is also telling about, it is telling about Ishvara. लेकिन प्रभुपाद जीवात्मा के अनुसार ट्रांसलेट किए. कैसे किए देखता हूँ. वीर राघवाचार्य से किए क्या? हाँ? स्व अनर्थम आह अनर्थवाहम शरीरम स्वयं सृजति नापि केवलं कर्म अपि तु परः परम पुरुषात्मनः स्वस्य मय तस्य गुणैः सत्त्वात्. Actually, it is based upon the Vishwanath, Veera Raghavacharya. It's the same, Jivatma. He translated as a Jivatma. This is sloka is telling about Jivatma. So that's the Prabhupada translations. You don't see any consistency. That means only one Acharya he will be translating. So sometimes he'll be translating, especially in the 3rd canto, 14th chapter, 15th chapter. So you'll be seeing somewhere he will be translating based upon the Jiva Goswami. So then also sometimes he'll be translating based upon the Vishwanath Thakur. In one episode, 2 different Acharyas translations are appearing in 2 different places. And both Acharyas' approach are exactly different. And then you'll be seeing the contradiction in the purports and also in the translations sometimes. But don't get bewildered by that. There is no mistake from Prabhupada. Prabhupada is just feeling that whichever is more, that means to destroy the material approach of the society. So materialistic people, to teach the materialistic people materialism, to refute the materialism. So whichever is close, he will take and he will write. But if you want to understand the episode very systematically and want to gain the deep understanding of that, you should definitely study Acharya's commentaries. There is no wrong in this. You should not think that, oh, I am leaving Prabhupada books and studying the Acharya books. No, it is not at all a wrong thing. Prabhupada also wanted, so he told to some of his disciples to write a commentary on his books. That means in this topic, which translation he took from which Acharya. So that some guidance will be there. Such a commentary he wanted actually on his books. So that's why, like that. Commentary means, yeah, commentary on the Prabhupada purports means, Prabhupada translations means, you can write this translation is based upon the Viragavacharya, and this is this, and this Prabhupada want to say. So like that. That means whatever Prabhupada wants to say in that purport, you can clear to the further audience. So that is the commentary actually. Some help you can do. So that's why that is the approach Prabhupada followed. Okay, these are the various things about the Paramatma is said here. He is Nityaha, Ajaha, so and so is the creator of everything. Next, Nahyasya Nahyasyaasti Priya Kaschit Na Priya Swaparopi Va Eka Sarvadiyam Drashta Kartrunam Gunadoshayoho Kartrunam Gunadoshayoho Nahi Asya Asti Priya Kaschit Na Apriya. Asya means of this person. If you take in the previous sloka as Jivatma, Asya means then Jivatma will come here. Asya means of this living entity, it is written, but it is not living entity. It's a Paramatma. In the word to word translation, to the living entity. And that is also true, whatever Prabhupada wrote. If you take Jivatma as a Shuddha Jivatma, a pure Jivatma, then it doesn't have any enemy or any friend. That is also true. So here Viragavacharya changed his route. Atma means what he took here. He took Atma means Asya asti priya kaschit na priya swaparopi va eka sarvadiyam drashta. So in this 10th sloka, nanu koso paraha purusha yadi kaschit so siddhyati tarhi. Yeah, Asya means Parama Purushasya. Prabhupada also, for this living entity, no one is dear, nor is anyone unfavorable. He makes no distinction between that which is his own and that which belongs to anyone else. He is one without a second. In other words, he is not affected by friends, well-wishes, or mischief among us. He is only an observer, a witness of the different qualities of men. Actually, it is Paramatma. If you take Paramatma, actually Jiva Goswami also saying, take 9, 10, 11 as telling about the Paramatma. Paramatma is sitting in everyone's heart. He doesn't have any enmity, but Jivatma is trying to claim that this is my tree and these fruits are there for my pippalam, swadu pippalam. Bahut tasty hai phal. That means this tree, body is nothing but a tree. It is having the two fruits. What are those? Pain and pleasure. And the Jivatma is entering into those. Of course, it should not, but it is entering because of influenced by the avidya. So then that Jivatma is claiming, but Paramatma is never claims this is mine and this is not mine. Swaparaha va. So it is said in this. In the I hope it is very straightforward. All you heard about the Paramatma's qualities again and again many times. So, Swaparahapi Eka Sarvadhyam Drashta Kartrunam Gunadoshayoho. And he's seeing Kartrunam Gunadoshayoho means Jivatma is doing so many activities. And sometimes good and sometimes bad. This Jivatma is Paramatma keep on watching those. That's all. He's an observer. Okay, next. Na datta atmahi gunam na dosham na kriya phalam udasina vadasina paravara drug ishvara. The Supreme Lord, because these purports are very easy. So I don't think that I should spend time to read the line by line and simply. Okay. Yeah. Yes. But only 30 we can do today. I have less energy. And tomorrow, I think, if I am not able to come, so I will ask Sri Kespo. Because some weakness is there. Platelet, huh? 18. Section. Yeah. Yeah. Because my platelet counts came to 0.75. Less than 1 lakh. 0.7. You see, it's very difficult. Morning time feeling so much drowsiness. So I will do something for the body. Next, na dhatta atma hi gunam na dosham na kriya phalam udasina vadasina paravaradrugishvara. Translation: the Supreme Lord, the creator of cause and effect, doesn't accept the happiness and distress that result from fruitive actions. He is completely independent of having to accept a material body. And because he has no material body, he is always neutral. The living entities, being part and parcel of the Lord, possess his qualities in a minute quantity. Therefore, one should not be affected by lamentation. This is clearly Prabhupada writing about the Paramatma. Na adatta atmahi gunam na dosham na kriyafalam. Because the Paramatma, even being in this body, it is not getting any pleasure or pain. It is not enjoying any pleasure or pain, and it is not at all getting any bondage. Guna dosha. Guna means so swe adhikara. That means wherever you have adhikara, if you do that, that is guna. So if you don't have adhikara, even that is good activity, but if you don't have any adhikara, then that is dosha. For example, not killing is a good activity, but a kshatriya after went to the battlefield is not killing and is maintaining non-violence there. It is dosha. So that's why guna and dosha means in the 11th canto, actually, it's a wonderful discussion. So Krishna, that is a very, very important section, I say. This 19, 18 ending, 18, 19, 20, 21, and 22. A very, very important section, that is Guna Dosha. How to see Guna and Dosha. Very nicely he explains. Even in the Bhakti also, because of this, we misunderstand just so many things. And wrongly we apply. Many things. So jivo hi mitra mitrayoh gunadosho gruhnati yataha kriya phalam sukham dukkham bhunte. So jivatma accepts gunadosha because it is accepting the result of the kriya. That means pain and pleasure, it is accepting. But Ishvara is not like that. Ishvara is not accepting this. You can bring the difference between the Jivatma and Paramatma. Anyway, we wrote so many times already in the previously also I asked. No need of this question. So much repetition is happening. Okay. So atayeva udasinavat sarvantaryamittvena asinah paravare bhadravadre sakshitvena pashyati. So he is sarvantaryami. He is seeing everything sitting in the everyone's heart. And but he is not at all attached to anything, not influenced by anything. Ataha Ishvara Maya. So Nibaddhanam Esham Chitraketvadinam Mahad Anugraha Moolam Ishvara Prapattim Vina Sokamohadimayo Ayam Samsaro Dustaro Eva Iti. So what is the intention Jivatma wants to say? So this Jivatma is saying to these people, this Chitraketu, like people like Chitraketu, they are all in the illusion. They are in the illusion. It means Ishvara Maya Nibaddha, because being influenced by the Lord's Maya, they are in illusion. And now if they want to get out from this, since Ishvara's Maya is cause for their illusion, so they should directly approach the Prapattim Vina. That means they should take the shelter of the Ishvara, so that this Maya will leave, so that Sokamoha will be out. Otherwise, without taking the shelter of the Lord, he cannot come out from this Maya. That is the intention, that is a bhava. Why this Jivatma is telling about the Lord here? And he said in the 9th sloka, you see, in the 9th sloka, what is said? So, Atma Maya Gunaihi Viswam Atmanam Srujate Prabhu. Lord is creating his Maya Shakti. I mean Shakti. His Shakti he is creating. Intention is, so he is telling the philosophy. Jivatma is telling philosophy to the Chitraketu Maharaj. My dear, you should understand that this is the Lord's Maya. Whatever the illusion you have, that is due to Lord's Maya. So you should take the shelter of the Lord. That is the solution. Otherwise, dustaraha eva, it is difficult to cross. Maya bhavaktava. Next sloka. That's a Daivi Hesha Gunamai. That is also. Next, after this, Sukadeva Goswami is saying, Sri Bhadarayani Ruvacha. What is saying? Ityudiriyagato jivo gnatayastasyate tada vismita mumuchu shokam chitvatma sneha shrunkalam. Sri Sukadeva Goswami continue. When the conditioned soul in the form of Maharaj Chitraketu's son had spoken in this way and then left Chitraketu, and the other relatives of the dead son were all astonished. Thus, they cut off the shackles of their affection, which was due to their relationship with him, and gave up their lamentation. So, such a wonderful preaching he did for the Chitraketu and other wives. By this preaching, so ultimately what he said, you take shelter of the Lord so that his Maya will be relieving you. So write a question. So the question is, I think that question might be there, but so describe the teachings of Jivatma. Describe the teachings of Jivatma to Chitraketu Maharaj or King Chitraketu. How many? You should start from fourth sloka, 4 or 3rd. So from the 4th sloka. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 11, 7, 10 marks. Okay. Everyone got surprised. My God, we were crying for him so much and he's dead. What is this? Why you are all lamenting for this? Your parents like you all, we have so many. Next. Huh? निर्हृत्य ज्ञातयो ज्ञातेर्देहं कृत्वोचिता क्रिया तत्यजु दुश्चदं स्नेहं शोकमोह भयार्दितम्. दबाओ मैं बोलो. वो कहाँ है? बांग्ला. अच्छा, बोलते ही नहीं देखी ऐसी है. कोई हिंट ही क्या पड़ेंगे. Okay, no problem. After the relatives had discharged their duties by performing the proper funeral ceremonies and burning the dead child's body, they gave up the affection that leads to illusion, lamentation, fear, and pain. Such affection is undoubtedly difficult to give up, but they gave it up very easily. Nirhritya gnatayo gnate deham krutvochitaha kriya. Yeah, everyone gave up their attachment, all the one after the relatives had discharged their duties. So by performing the proper funeral ceremonies and burning the dead child's body. Actually, children, young children, they will bury only. They don't burn. Huh? Bury it, yes. Yeah, Komara. Children. And but yeah, once he married, then they will bury it. They burn it. They gave up the affection that leads to illusion, lamentation, fear, and pain. Such affection is undoubtedly difficult to give up, but they gave it up very easily because such a live example they brought. Narada Muni brought Jivatma, that same Jivatma, and that's why it's wonderful. Next, Balagnu Vikriditastatra Balahatya Hataprabha Balahatya Vratam Cherur Brahmanair Yannirupitam Yamunayam Maharaja Smarantyo Dvijabhashitam. Translation. Queen Krutiditi's co-wives who had poisoned the child were very much ashamed and they lost all their bodily luster. सबका चेहरा उतर गया, काला हो गया, चेहरा काला क्योंकि मिस्टेक किए ना. So while lamenting, O king, they remembered the instruction of Angira and gave up their ambition to bear children. They also got the detachment. My God, son will be there for temporarily only. Following the directions of the Brahmanas, they went to the bank of the Yamuna, where they bathed and atoned for their sinful activities. Yeah, this is the no. This is the Chitraketu Maharaj's kingdom name is recently came na? Huh? Sursena, Sursena. I don't know the recent name. Sursena is Mathura. सैत्तं प्रतिबद्धात्मा चित्रकेतुर्द्विजोक्तिभिः गु गृहान्धकूपान् निष्क्रान्तः सरः पङ्कादिवद्विपः. Thus enlightened by the instructions of the Brahmanas Angira and Narada, King Chitraketu became fully aware of spiritual knowledge. As an elephant becomes free from a muddy reservoir of water, King Chitraketu came out of the dark well of family life. Gruha Andhakupam. Everywhere it is said, same. Nowhere it is said that Gruha is beautiful, is the best place to practice. It's a place to live. A place to live. You cannot. एक भी लाइन रहते तो हम सब लोग वैसे ही कुछ सपोर्ट मिल जाता। नहीं, सपोर्ट नहीं मिल रहा है, क्या करें? हाँ, रंगमय प्रभु, this again and again, all Chitraketu, all Sukadeva Goswami, all. Huh? Yeah. That is also not dead, then why? No, Prabhupada told that. No. Prabhupada told that you should give exams. Without exams, teaching is not good actually. But Prabhu, actually recently in the Bhagavad only it comes without testing the without testing any education. What is that sloka number? 11th canto. Without testing the education, so that is not going to be complete. That is not good for the society. Untested teaching will be not be useful for the society. Is not fruitful or useful for the society. The Bhagavatam is said. Okay, so Chitraketu Maharaj, finally he realized completely the fact. He lost his lamentation for his son. He came out from that attachment for the one, that means his son and also his wife, that's Krutaditi. And finally what he did, Kalindyam vidivasnatva kruta punya jalakriyaha maunena samyata prano brahmaputra vavandata. The king bathed in the water of Yamuna, and according to prescribed duties, he offered oblations of water to the forefathers and demigods, very gravely controlling his senses and mind. He then offered his respects and obeisances to the sons of Lord Brahma, Angira and Narada. So he came out from this illusion, took bath in Yamuna nicely, and after that, so he paid oblations to all the superiors and gravely controlling his senses and mind, he then offered his respects to obeisances. Then Atatasmai prapannaya bhaktaya prayatatmane Bhagavan Narada prito vidyametam uvachaha. Thereafter, being very much pleased with Chitraketu, so who was a self-controlled devotee and surrendered soul, Narada, the most powerful sage, spoke to him the following transcendental instructions. Now he surrendered actually now. Wow. Surrendered means basic Shraddha. You know, when we discussed, when we get this Sadhu Sangha, what happens? Initially, beginning Sadhu Sangha, there will be getting the some Shraddha towards the deity what he worships, and also there is some sort of ruchi also, and also some sort of so type of bhajan whatever he does. Yes or no? Then some this kind of things will be coming. Then after that, Vishesha Bubutsayam, that means when he wants to know further, desire to know, so then he will be going to that sadhu and asking. So Shravanam, he will do the Shravanam, then he will do the Mananam, then he will get the final Shraddha. That is the Purna Shraddha. And then he will enter into the Ananya Bhakti. There is a Vichara Pradhana Marga. This is a Vichara Pradhana Bhaktas. They follow this. So here also Chitraketu Maharaj, after hearing so the Jivatma's so teachings by the arrangement of Narada, then immediately so Chitraketu Maharaj got the basic Shraddha towards the Narada Muni, and he bathed, and he wants to hear further. He wants to hear further, so that his illusion, he'll be getting complete Shraddha on the Lord. So he started hearing from this Shraddha, like from the Narada, these things. So that's why whatever is explained in the Bhakti Sandarbha, the same flow is happening. Everyone's case, same thing will happen. Om Namastubhyam Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhimahi Pradyumnaya Anuruddhaya Namah Sankarshanaya Cha Namo Vijnanamatraya Paramananda Murtaye Atma Ramaya Shantaya Nivrutta Dvaita Drishtaye. O Lord, O Supreme Personality of Godhead, we are addressed by the who are addressed by the Omkara, Pranava. I offer my respectable obeisances unto you. O Lord Vasudeva, I meditate upon you. O Lord Pradyumna, Lord Anuruddha, and Lord Sankarshana, I offer you my respectable obeisances. O reservoir of spiritual potency, O supreme bliss, I offer my respectable obeisances unto you, who are self-sufficient and most peaceful. O ultimate truth, one with a second, you are realized as Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan, and are therefore the reservoir of all knowledge. I offer my respectable obeisances unto you. So, see, Narada is paying obeisances to the Lord. Namaha, Namaha Chaturdi. Wherever Namaha comes, there should be a Chaturdi Vibhakti. Bhagavate Vasudevaya. That means Namaha Dhimahi. That means paying obeisances. That's why Chaturdi goes. Pradyumnaya, Anuruddhaya, Sankarshanaya, Vijnana Matraya, Paramananda Murtaye, Atma Ramaya, Shantaya, Nivrutta Dvaita Drishtaye. These are all the different so names of the Lord, but used in the Chaturthi because Namaha came. 34 till 34 will reach. Actually, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, 1819. Goswami says, Tad vyuhatvena Vasudeva iti sankarshanasya pata swapasyattvena tatraiva. So Vasudeva, Pradyumna, Anuruddha, Sankarshana. So why he told last Sankarshana? Narada worships whom? Narada worships whom? Tell me. Narada worships Sankarshan. That's why what we learn? Whomever. So get the association, whatever his worshipable deity, generally, we also incline to that one. So here Jiva Goswami is clarifying. So Vyuha, Chaturvyuha is there. Actually, Chaturvyuha sequence is what? First one is what? Vasudeva. Next is Sankarshan. After that, Anuruddha and Pradyumna. But he changed that order. What is the order he followed? Vasudeva. Next, Pradyumna, then Anuruddha, then last Sankarshan he brought. So, Swa Upasyatvena Tatraiva Vishrantehe. Sankarshanasya Ante Pataha. Sankarshana is mentioned in the last in this sloka. Why this Sankarshana word is mentioned? Because that is his Ishta, is a worshipable deity. Narada worships Sankarshan Bhagavan. That's it. Upasya, worshipable deity. that is given in the Krama Sandarbha. Hmm. 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 Vishnu came, na? We don't know. You should see. Generally, like you see, if you are connecting in the Sri Vaishnavas, that Jivatma first time, then automatically you will get attraction for so Narayana and Gaudi Vaishnavas. So that means that sadhu, whoever is giving the initial association, this is natural to get the attraction for whatever the form that sadhu worships towards that form, we also get. It's not necessary. It's not necessary. But this is it's a, yeah, generally. That is the way we studied in the Bhakti Sandarbha also. So here we can say Sankarshan. So that's why Chitraket Maharaj also became devotee of Sankarshan. Like that we can say. Oh, he is crying for this also. He offers respect to the Lord as Bhagavan. 18, 19. Listing the Chaturvyuha shows that these are his worshipable. He offers respect to the Lord. Translation alag raha hai. Maharaj translation is different. Complete chapter. 9, 2 days. 2 days. Big chapter actually. Lot of prayers are, lot of stuti Chitraket Maharaj will do. Big commentary also is there. नहीं हो पाएगा प्रभु. It's impossible. 34 we do, then we'll finish. Then prayers, 20 prayers are there. That we'll do tomorrow. And then 17 one day, 18 one day, 19 one day. 3 days. Plus this is one more day. 4 days we need. 4 days. So now today is Tuesday. Na? So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and 14th. 4 days. 14th is class is there, na? Tuesday. 13th exam. 14th class. 15th. Yeah, yes. 4 days we'll be finishing total. Only 4 people they need. Others they have. Only a few are having exam. Na? Everyone is not having presentation online and others. 15th, not on the 14th. Hare Krishna. Yeah. What to? It's okay. Here, Nivrutta Dvaita Drishtaye. What is the meaning of? Tacha Nivrutta Dvaita Vadaha Vishishya Darsheti. So Paramatmatma Jiva Vailakshanyamaha Navabhihi Visheshanaihi. Here, nine adjectives are used. Okay. Vasudeva, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, Sankarshana, Vijnana Matram, Paramananda Murti, Atma Rama, Shanta, Nivrutta Dvaita Drushta. How many? 9. These 9 adjectives are bringing the difference between the Paramatma and Jivatma. So, Vijnanam Chitsaktireva Maya Parichedo Yasya Tasme Jivastu Avidya Parichedaha Ityardaha. So, Vijnana Matraya is said. That means Jiva is covered by the Avidya, but Lord being Vijnanam, Kevala Vijnanam, that means there is no covering of Maya. So, like that, the difference is brought out. Anandamaya, that means Ramamanaya. Jivastu Vishayanande Ramate. Nivrutta Dvaita Prapanchaka Prapanche Drishti. That means Nivrutta Dvaita Drishtaya means, so Paramatma is not having the dualities of this material world, but Jivatma is having those dualities. So like this, you are seeing the difference between Jiva and Paramatma in this. Next, Atmanandanubhutyaiva nesta shaktyurmaye nama Rishikeshaya mahate namaste nantamurtaye. Perceiving your personal bliss, you are always transcendental to the waves of material nature. Therefore, my Lord, I offer my respectful obeisance to you. You are the supreme controller of the senses, and your expansions of form are unlimited. You are the greatest, and therefore, I offer my respectful obeisance unto you. What are you saying? Atmanandanubhutyai nyasta shaktyurmaye namaha. He is also here also Chaturdis. Once again, Chaturdis are. Namah is there. Atmanandanubhutaya. Nyasta Shakti Murta. Nyasta Shaktyurmaye. Next, Hrishikesha. What is the meaning of Nyasta Shaktyurmaye? Tell me. Nyasta Shaktyurmaye. Who has given up the waves of material nature? And Atmanandanubhutaya means who perceive the spiritual bliss. Hrishikesha, who is the controller of all the senses. So like this, various meanings are there for these all words. Okay, next. These are all the differences between the Jiva and Paramatma. Through those Chaturdis, you are understanding. Vachasyuparate prapya yayeko manasa saha anamarupa chinmatram sovyanna sadasatparaha. Now, what he's saying, the words and mind of the conditioned soul cannot approach the Supreme Personality of Godhead. For material names and forms are not applicable to the Lord, who is entirely spiritual, beyond the conception of gross and subtle forms. The impersonal Brahman is another of his forms. May he, by his pleasure, protect us. What is said here? So, Nirvishesha Brahman. Here, Lord is described as Brahman. What is that? Vachas yuparate aprapya yayekah manasa saha. Who is beyond the words? Who is the beyond the words? Brahman. Brahman is not having any form or any qualities. Nirvishesha Brahman. So that's why you cannot express the Brahman in the words. So that's why here Narada Muni is describing the Supreme Personality of Godhead as Nirvishesha Brahman. That's the point. Manasa aprapya. That means he's not attained by the mind. Anama rupa. There is no name and no form. What is that? That is Brahman. Nirvishesha Brahman. Okay, next. यस्मिन्निदं यतश्चेदं तिष्ठत्येप्येति जायते मृण्मयेष्विवा मृज्जाते तस्मै ते ब्रह्मणे नमः. As pots made completely of earth are situated on the earth after being created and are transformed into earth again when broken. The cosmic manifestation is caused by the Supreme Brahman, situated in the Supreme Brahman and annihilated in the Supreme Brahman. Therefore, since the Supreme Lord is the cause of Brahman, let us offer him our respectful obeisances. Now here, Narada Muni is glorifying the Lord as the cause of creation. That means this whole material world is in Lord only. It's not out of the Lord. That means it is not in the Swarupa, but it is not there in the Swarupa of the Lord. But it is not out of the Lord. And also it is what? It is not there in the Swarupa of the Lord. It is outside to his Swarupa, but it is Shakti of the Lord. What happened? So, that also. छोड़ दीजिए उसको. नहीं. Off. Why we have to spoil them? Then this internet banda. Oh, if you stop that, internet will be on. Acha. Acha. Okay. So here Narada Muni describing Lord as the cause of the creation. Yasmin nidam jagat tishtati atah jayate yasmin neva liyate. It is coming from the Lord, it is standing in the Lord, and it is destroyed. It is merged in the Lord. That's all Prakriti. And Karanano Sai Vishnu, that means when Lord desired to create Jagruhe Paurusham Rupam. He takes the form of, that means he manifests the form of Karanano Sai Vishnu. Then from him, Prakriti is coming out. And he glances on that. Then creation. Then after that, annihilation. And she enters. Like this keep on happening. So nothing is out from the Lord. Yanna sprushanti na vidur mano buddhindriya savaha antar bahischa vitatam yoma vattannatosmyaham. The Supreme Brahman emanates from the Supreme Personality of Godhead and expands like the sky. Although untouched by anything material, it exists within and without. Nonetheless, the mind, intelligence, senses, and living forces can neither touch him nor know him. I offer unto him my respectful obeisances. Then now how Lord is described? Lord is described here. He is beyond the senses. Adokshajaha. He cannot be perceived by the senses. So he cannot be touched by the Kriya Shakti, or it cannot be touched by the Jnana Shakti. So Jnana Shakti cannot touch him, Kriya Shakti cannot touch. Tasya viduravartitva. But why he is not touched by these things? He is very far? No, even he is inside the body, but still he is not touched by all this. He is inside the body, but still we cannot see him. Yanna sprishanti navidir mano buddhindriya savha. That means asava. Asava means life air. Life air is having what kind of shakti? Prana is having the kriya shakti. And senses and mind is having the jnana shakti. Of course, it is not their original, but there is lots only. But mind and senses are having jnana shakti means what? So mind and senses, they are useful to cognizance. Yeah, that's senses are able to sense the taste form because jnana shakti is given to that. Of course, it cannot work independently. So, but jnana shakti is there, and life air is moving. That means kriya shakti is there. By this given kriya shakti and jnana shakti of the senses and life air, can you touch? You cannot touch the Lord. By using the jnana shakti, by giving jnana shakti to the senses and giving jnana shakti to the life air, by that can you touch the Lord? No. That's the point. Jnana shakti is not originally to the, it is not the shakti of the senses. Okay, that is the understanding we should get. And he is very close also, but still this mind's jnana shakti cannot touch him. Next. Dehendriya pranamanodiyomi yadam shaviddah pracharanti karmasu naivanyada lohamiva prataptam sthaneshu tadrashtapadeshameti. Tattva Sandarbha we discussed. 24. Atra Advaita Sharirike, Jiva Goswami says. Advaita Sharirika means Sankyam Akshipyoktam Yatha. Advaita Sharirika means, so Ramanuja also wrote the commentary on Vedanta Sutras. It is known as Ramanuja Sharirika Bhashya. And Advaita Sharirika means Shankaracharya Sharirika Bhashya. In that Sharirika Bhashya, in the Advaita Sharirika Bhashya written by Shankaracharya, in that Shankaracharya is putting finger on or is pointing out Sankhya philosophy, the way he refuted the Sankhya philosophy. Sankhya philosophers, what they say? What is the philosophy of Sankhya? Sankhya philosophers, they accept only Purusha and Prakriti, no Ishvara. And also that Purusha also Andha. No, Pangu. And Prakriti is Andha, blind. Yeah. Prakriti is Andha, Purusha is Pangu. So, Prakriti cannot see, but just by the association of the Purusha, Prakriti only doing everything. Like Pangu is carrying Andha to the destiny. So that's why, according to them, these two elements only there. Prakriti is having the 23 elements further. That's okay. But no Ishvara. So, but Vedanta is what they say? They say Jiva, Prakriti, that is Maya, and Brahman. Purusha means yes. According to them, Purusha is Vibhu. Our Purusha, no. I don't accept. Yeah. And they accept all Purushas are Vibhu. No Ishvara. Very different philosophy. Prabhu, energy is there. Achha. Okay. Huh? Yeah. So Purusha and Prakriti, no Ishvara. That is their Sankhya concept. But what about Vedantins? Vedantins, they accept Jiva, Maya, and also Brahman. There is no Brahman for them. So that's why we should defeat them. So that means in this aspect, we and Shankaracharya, everyone is, this much is okay. But only where is the difference for them and us? They say that absolute truth is not having any form qualities, but we say form and qualities are there. That is our internal fighting. But some extent, in this point of view, we are all same. Sankhites are enemies to us also. Vaishnavas also enemies to the Advaitins also. Which Kapila? Nirishwara. No, our Devahuti Sankhya is, Kapila's Sankhya is Sai Ishvara, not Nirishwara. It is different. But it is not, it is different means only addition is there. That means, but whatever the characteristics of the 23 elements explained by our Kapila, that means Devahuti Kapila and that Kapila are same, almost same. That means Mana, Buddhi, Ahankara, Panchatanmatra, Panchamahabhutas, all this, that's almost all same. But only difference is what? That Sankhya don't accept the Ishvara, but this Sankhya, he accepts Ishvara. Counting is lagbhag same, almost all, but definitions are almost all same. How the Sattva, Rajas, Tama, these three gunas are acting. So the way Kapil Bhagavan explained in the Bhagavatam, you can see the same way in the Sankhya Tattva Kaumudi and other books. So yeah, so much similarity is there, but only main Siddhanta is Ishvara is there, but they don't accept Ishvara, so that's why they are common enemies. But how the Shankaracharya defeated them? That Sankhites in his Saririk Bhashya. So the same way, Punaha Sakshi Nimittam Sakshi Nimittam Ikshitruttvam Pradhanasya Kalpeta Yatha Agni Nimittamaya Pindadehe Dagdatvam Tatha Sati Tannimittam Ikshitruttvam Pradhanasya Tadeva Sarvagnatvam Mukhyam Jagatah Karanam Iti. Sakshi Nimittam Ikshitruttvam. Visible board. Sakshi. Who is that Sakshi? Paramatma. And Paramatma and Pradhana. So here you see Pradhana is here. Pradhana, there. It is able to see. Why it is able to see? Paramatma is Sakshi, and because of this, it is able to see. Pradhana able to see. Like example, so iron rod is there and fire is there. Fire is having the heat and light energies with it. It belongs to the fire. And when this iron rod is coming in contact with the fire, then it is also exhibiting heat and light. That means what? The heat and light of the iron rod is the due to of fire. So that's why original creator is who? Original cause for the heat and light is who? Fire. So Pradhana, actually Sankets, they say what? Pradhana is the original cause. Sankets say, so original cause for the creation is Pradhana. Who say this is Sankets? Sankets say like this. So, but what Shankaracharya and we say? Why Deko? So Pradhana is becoming the cause for the creation. So not by independent. When it is, that means given with the energy, that means association, that means Paramatma is giving is sending his Gnana Shakti, Kriya Shakti into this. Then only it is able to function and create. So similarly, the fire and iron rod case, this is the example. So the original cause, Pradhana is creating the bodies. You might be seeing this whole world is created by the Pradhana. That is very visible. But that is able to create because of the glances of Paramatma. So that's why the original cause is what? Paramatma. So that's why the original cause is Brahma, Paramatma. Original cause of creation is Paramatma. Not this. This is the way. So discussion went actually in the Brahma Sutras. We can study this very elaborately. Here, that same point he is saying. Dehendriya prana manodhiyo ami yadamsha viddaha pracharanti karmasu. That means all these deha means body, prana, life air, and mind. All these are all jada actually. They cannot function. They cannot function. Yadamsha viddaha. That means they are all in this, all these. Yadamsha means Lord's amsha. Yad means Lord's. Lord's amsha. Amsha means portion. Lord's portion. Lord's portion is what? His energy. His energy, what is that? Kriya Shakti and Gnana Shakti. So they are entering into this body, life air, mind, and also senses. So that's why they are functioning. Like example is iron rod is now acting like a fire because that nature came to the iron rod not by itself, but it came because of the fire. Similarly, these all able to function because energy bring into those. That's the point. based in the, you can see this sloka in Bhagavad Sandarbha actually. A good discussion was done and established Kriya Shakti and Gnana Shakti belongs to the Lord, not the, so this not belong to the Maya. That is explained actually there. So Tadeva Sarvagnam Pradhanasya. So Tadeva Sarvagnam Mukhyam Jagadaha Karanamiti. So this chapter, Tadeva Bhantam Anubhati Sarvam. So Konyat. So that's why who is cause for the seeing? That means our eyes are seeing, but actually seer is who? Whoever is giving the that potency in eyes to see. That means that cognitive power. That is belong to the that is Gnana Shakti. That is belong to the Paramatma. So that's why Chakshoh Chakshur. I am the eyes of the Chakshusha Chakshur Srotrasya Sotram. He says in the Upanishad. Tadeva Bantam Anubhati Sarvam Kohyo Vanyat Pranayat Yadesha Akasha Anando Nasyat Chakshuscha Chakshurta Srotrasya Srotram. So, yes, Srotrasya Srotram. He is the ears to the ear, means our ears are hearing, but the ability of the hearing, that's the cognitive power is belong to the Lord. This is. So, Tiko Thapita Srutocha Jivo Namatah Nanya Swayam Siddha Nasti Parantu. Okay. So, next. Or Vishwanath give some more. Okay, we'll go for the next sloka. Om Namo Bhagavate Mahapurushaya Mahanubhavaya Vibhuti Pataye Sakala Satvata Parivruda Nikara Karakamala Kutmalopa Lalita Charana Ravinda Yugala Parameshtin Namaste. O transcendental Lord, who are situated in the topmost planet of the spiritual world, your two lotus feet are always massaged by the multitude of the best devotees with their lotus bud hands. You are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, complete in 6 appearances. You are the Supreme Person mentioned in the Purusha Sukta prayers. You are the most perfect self-realized master of all mystic power. Let me offer my respectful obeisances unto you. So he is describing the Lord. There's a Bhagavan actually here. That's the point. So he described Lord as the creator of the universe. He described Lord as Nirguna Brahma. He described, so he brought the different contrast, that means between the Jivatma and Paramatma by so mentioning the different Chaturdis. So nicely all the philosophy so Narada Muni covered here in this glorification. Mahamantrasya Gnana Prakasha Shakatvam Mukta. Acha, this is 25. Okay, next. What is Sarva Bhaktas Nekarasya Karakamana. So Mahamantrasya Gnana Prakashatvam Uktva Bhakti Rasa Paripurnatvamaha Om Iti. Mahamantra is till what place? It is till what sloka? 18, 19 and 20. Yeah? This mantra, 18, 19 and 20 also. 20 also Chaturthi, na? One second. Okay. But he didn't mention this is the Maha Mantra from here to here. But why he is saying Maha Mantrasya? Of course, see 18 and 19, 20 is looking like Maha Mantra only, na? That's Om Namastubhyam Bhagavate Vasudevaya. This. And after that, he explained in the 21, 22, 23, and 24. So as Gnana Prakashakatvam, that means it illuminates everything. That Supreme Lord illuminates everything. That is discussed in the 21, 22, 23, and 24. And now Bhakti Rasatvam, and that, yeah, Bhakti, it is also filled with the Bhakti Rasa, this mantra. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om, what is that? 18 it is said, na? Om Namastubhyam Bhagavate Vasudevaya. This is nothing but Lord's mantra. It is the cause for illuminating everything. It illuminates everything. And also it is filled with the Bhakti Rasas. That is being established in the 25th. Om Namah Iti Bhagavate. Acha, here Jiva Goswami is writing one important point. What he is saying, Sakshat Bhagavatvena Stauti Om Nama Iti. Om Namo Bhagavate Mahapurushaya Mahanubhavaya Mahavirbhuti Pataye Sakala Satvata Parimuda Nikara. This is also mantra only, because Om is there. So, but it is glorifying here Lord as Bhagavan. So here Jiva Goswami, what he is saying, of course he is worshipping the Sankarshan Bhagavan, who Chitraketu Maharaj. So he is saying the worshipping of Sankarshan Bhagavan is the entry door for the realizing the Bhagavan. Because Sankarshan Bhagavan is the Satvata Shakti Vigrahatvena. Tasya Satvata Shakti Vigrahatvena Vakshamanatvat. So Paramam Phalam tu Sri Bhagavan Ityabhipretam. So what is the ultimate result Chitraketu Maharaj is going to get? That is Bhagavan. Bhagavan, he is going to get the Bhagavan, the Krishna. But this worshipping of Sankarshan Bhagavan is only the entry door. Why he is going to get the Bhagavan realization? Of course, he worshipped the Sankarshan Bhagavan because Tasya Satvata Shastra Vigrahatvena Satvata Shastra Vigrahatvena Ukshamanatvat. The form of the Sankarshan is Satvata Shastras. Satvata Shastras means, who anyone knows? Satvata Shastram is, I think, yeah, which describe about the Bhagavan. So ultimately, Sankarshan Bhagavan is worshipped so that led to realize the Bhagavan. It's not so much clear. Okay. In one line he gave. Okay, but in this sloka, we should understand that here Lord is described as Bhagavan Bhakti Rasa Paripurnatvamaha Om iti. So Mahamantrasya Gnana Prakashaktva Bhakti Rasa Paripurnatvam Om iti. So it is also mantra. Two mantras you are seeing here. Sri Sukha Vacha Bhaktyayitam Prapannaya Vidyamadidish Adishya Narada Yayavangira Sasakam Dhamaswayam Bhuvam Prabhu. Sri Sukadeva Goswami continued. Narada, having become the spiritual master of Chitraketu, instructed him fully in this prayer because Chitraketu was fully surrendered. O King Parikshit, Narada then left with the great sage Angira for the topmost planet known as Brahmaloka. So, etam ityaneka vakya garbham ekameva vidyam mahatim atra chitraketave putra pradatvena angirasaha pradhanyam angirasaha pradhanyam mantra pradatvena natu प्राधान्येन मंत्रपदत्वेन न तु नारदस्य अतएव पूर्वम् अंगीराः सनारदः आजगाम इत्युक्तं सम्प्रति ययौ अंगीरसा नारद इत्युच्यते हे प्रभु. So here two important points are brought out by Vishwanath Chakravarti. What he is saying, you see in the previous beginning of this chapter, so Angirasa came along with Narada Muni. That means while coming, Angirasa, so Angirasa is the prominent actually. But while going, Sukadeva Goswami is saying that Narada went along with the Angirasa. So who is main there? Narada is the main. While going, Narada is main. So why it is Narada is given main importance here? Because he taught the mantra. He taught the mantra, actually not the Angirasa. So that's why here, while going back, so Narada is given pradhanyam, and while at the time of coming, because Nangira Pradhana, because he gave the son, Putra, that means Chitraketu Maharaj got the son because of the Angirasa. That's why Angirasa was main at that time while coming. So that is the point he said here. And this total till the 25, from 18 to 25, this is total what? This is the Vidya actually. This total mantra is total, everything is mantra only. 18 to 25. This is the Vidya he taught, Narada Muni taught to him. Okay. Sri Sukha Vacha. Okay, Sri Sukha is Mahati Matra Chitraketave Putra Pradatvena Angirasaha. Angirasa is main because Putra Pradatvam, he gave the son. And Narada is main because he gave the mantra Pradatvena. Eta Abhipraya Jnana Paramasam. Next, 27. Chitraketustu tam vidyam yatha narada bhashitam dharayamasa saptaham abhaksha susamahitaha. Fasting and drinking only water. Chitraketu for 1 week continuously chanted with great care and attention the mantra given by Narada Muni. The total Vidya, all those he chanted. Then what happened? That you see. ततः सा सप्तरात्रान्ते विद्यया धार्यमाणया विद्याधराधिपत्यं च लेभे प्रतिहतं नृपा. O King Parikshit, after only 1 week of repeatedly practicing the mantra received from the spiritual master, Chitraketu achieved the rule of the planet of the Vidyadharas as an intermediate product of his spiritual advancement in knowledge. He got the grip on whom? He got the grip on Vidyadharas. Vidyadharadhipatyam as a byproduct. This is a byproduct. Prathama avantara phalamaha Vidyadharadhipatyam. Next, what happened? Tataha katipaya hobhir vidye damano gati jajama deva devasya sheshascha charanantikam. Thereafter, within a very few days, by the influence of the mantra that Chitraketu had practiced, his mind became increasingly enlightened in spiritual progress and he attained shelter at the lotus feet of Anantadeva. Finally, he got. Next, Mukhya Phalamaha. Main result is said in this sloka. That means what he attained? So he attained the shelter at the Anantadeva. That means Sankarshan Bhagavan. I think we need to write a question. So you know this 23 and 24. Yes. Gnana Prakashakatvam. Okay, everyone is able to hear me, I hope. So you may not be able to see me, but you can hear me. Okay. So please describe the Gnana Prakashakatvam in bracket, the illuminating power of the bracket, close the bracket. So illuminating and cognitive actually, not instead of remove the illuminating. So cognitive power. Jnana Prakashakatvam means cognitive power. So of the Lord, Jnana Prakashakatvam of the Lord. As described by Narada Muni in as described in Narada Muni in the Mahamantra given to Chitraketu. So what you should write for this, you should describe, you should hint is 23, 24. 23 and 24. Shloka 23 and 24. Mainly 24. Okay. So 5 marks. 5 or 3 marks, I think. 3 marks, yeah. Very simple actually. 24 I explained. And you was an and also you should explain the meaning of this sloka. Okay, next. Voice is not clear.
बोल नहीं पाएंगे अनम्यूट नहीं कर सकते मैसेज देखो क्या बोल रहे हैं
Voice
शॉर्ट मैसेज आ रहा है
Okay.
शॉर्ट मैसेज आ रहा है कुछ
No problem. It's okay.
क्वेश्चन पूछ रहे हैं वॉइस नॉट क्लियर बोल रहे हैं
वही मैं बोलूँगा जो होगा वो इतना सुन I will be finishing class very soon, so let me don't be worried so much. So next 30th sloka, okay. The mrunala gauram shitivasa samspurat kirita keyura katitra kankanam prasanna vaktrarunalochanam mrutam tadarsha siddheshwara mandalai prabhum. Upon reaching the shelter of the Lord Shesha, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Chitraketu saw that he was as white as the white fibers of a lotus flower. He was dressed in bluish garments and adorned with a brilliantly glittering helmet, armlets, belts, and bangles. His face was smiling, and his eyes were reddish. He was surrounded by such exalted, liberated persons as Sanat Kumara. This is clear. Tadarshanatvasta samasta kilpisha swastamalantah karanobhyama vyayan munihi pravruddha bhaktya pranaya shulochana prahrushta roma namadadi purusham. As soon as Maharaj Chitraketu saw the Supreme Lord, he was cleansed of all material contamination and situated in his original consciousness. So being completely purified, he became silent and grave. And because of love for the Lord, tears fell from his eyes, and his eyes stood on end with great devotion and love. He offered his respectful obeisances unto the original personality of Godhead. Okay, it is also clear. It's describing. So his feelings. Sauttama sloka padabja vishtaram prema shuleshairupa mehayanmu premo parudda kilavarna nirgamo naiva shakattam prasamidutum chiram. With tears of love and affection, Chitraketu repeatedly moistened the resting place of the Supreme Lord's lotus feet, because his voice was choked in ecstasy. For a considerable time, he was unable to utter any of the letters of the alphabet to offer Lord suitable prayers. His voice is choked up. Next. Tata samadhaya mano manishaya abhashayetat pratilabdha vagasau niyamya sarvendriya bahya vartanam jagadgurum satvata shastra vigraham. Shastra vigraham. This is the point actually. Thereafter, by controlling his mind with his intelligence and thus restricting his senses from the external engagements, he recovered suitable words with which to express his feelings. Thus he began offering prayers to the Lord, who is the supreme personality of or supreme personification of the Holy Scriptures. Satvata Samhitas like the Brahma Samhita and the Nada Panchadhatu. And who is the spiritual master of all, he offered his prayers as follows. So who appeared actually? So Sankarshan Bhagavan appeared, and he is the Satvata Shastra Vigraham. Just this is the last sloka. Numbering is different. Yes. So Pratilabdha Vak Takrupaiva Satvata Shastrokta Satchidanandamaya Vigraha Deva Yasya Ityanena Gnana Shastroktasya Mayamaya Vigrahatvasya Pramanyam Varitam. So here Satvata Shastrokta Satchidanandamaya Vigraha Deva Yasya Ityanena Gnana Shastroktasya Mayamaya Vigrahatvasya Pramanyam Varitam. Satvata Shastra means Bhakti Shastras. Satvatas means what? Satvata means Bhakti. So Satvata Shastra Vigraham means you should take here Bhakti Shastras. The Vigraha told by the Bhakti Shastras. That is ultimately Bhagavan. That is Satchidananda Rupa Bhagavan. Not the Jnana Shastroktasya Maya Vigrahatvasya Pramanyam. So Jnana Shastras. So they say, so Lord as Maya Maya Vigraha. So what are the Jnana Shastras? Jnana Shastroktasya Maya Maya Vigrahatvasya so Pramanyam Varitam. Like Upanishads. Upanishads, they say, so they establish Nirguna Brahma. So in that case, actually in some Upanishads, you will be hearing Lord's form is out of Maya. That can be like, that is like Virat Rupa and those. So whatever the Pramana established by the Jnana Shastras that Lord form is material, that is rejected here. Here by the saying of Bhakti Shastras, which are establishing Lord's form is Satchidanandamaya. This is only one line is given here. Okay, thank you very much. So, Hare Krishna. Okay, Prabhupada is saying that Avaishnava Shastras.
We've been doing the hand this one. And this बाद में बंद कर दो